Hello. Hi, my name is Kat, and this is going to be our side line, or just on one side, lying down leg series. So let's get started. Go ahead and lie down. My favorite thing to do. Watching a good movie usually though. Okay, so from right here, I'm gonna bring this hand forward in front. I'm sending my seat to the back of my mat. I'm gonna be crossing my ankles. So my top ankle crosses on my lower ankle. I'm gonna be kicking this leg back and then pulling it in just like this. I'm gonna be pitching my chest forward as well. You do not have to do that if you absolutely do not feel inclined to. Sorry, I had to readjust there. And much like our standing leg series though, notice how my chest comes forward as this leg goes back. That's really important for the whole system, the muscles we're going after and our toning that we're doing right now. And we're gonna do about 5 more here. So coming and kicking for 4. And pitch your chest forward for 3. And 2. Really trying to reach this leg back behind you. It does not have to be as high as mine at all. Now I'm gonna flex this foot that found its way to the ground. Smart foot. And then we're gonna tap knee to knee here, and we're gonna lean forward as we kick this back. And we're just kicking it here. And I'm just going maybe to check out where my foot's going. I'm squeezing my glute as I go back. The flexion of this foot right here is really very important. It's helping to stabilize and support my whole body. I'm also additionally using it to help me balance as I kick this back. So that's your oppositional energy I always talk about. You're looking for it in every single move. That's your job. Okay, so now we're gonna pull this knee in and then kick it out. My toe starts facing forward, and then it turns out to pull this in towards my shoulder. Now, the turnout occurs actually right here in your hip socket. So it might not do the turnout you want. It will come with time. This exercise is building flexibility and strength. I promise I'll shut up about that soon. It's just that important though. And let's go ahead and we're going for 5 more. And we're gonna pull this in. And because 4 is our magical number, there will be 4 exercises in this series. So let's go ahead, and we're continuing to think of pushing just slightly into that foot. It just helps us to kind of figure out more. We're gonna match our legs together right here. We invert rather, both of those legs. And then from right here, we're just gonna lift and lower that top leg for our inverted clam. I'm gonna show you a way to make this a little bit more advanced for the next 10 reps for sure. You could extend your arm here. You could add that weight. You could additionally, just like we did before, you could lower the weight down and up as the leg lifts up, almost like you're wringing out a towel. And I like that. So we're gonna do about 4 here, and my bum is feeling it. And oh my gosh, I'm sorry it took me so long to think of telling you this. My bad. And it's not about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Okay, so cross the ankles here. Tent this hand slightly in front of you for our second set. We're gonna be kicking and pulling it back together. And you can totally see how I am completely, well, maybe you can't. Let's just pretend I'm that good of an actress. It's getting a lot harder on the second set. That was a long story to tell you that. And I'm crossing, so don't go faster than me, but you can go slower. You can take a little break, but it shouldn't be that long of a break. This type of strength you will build up really fast, and that's why it's appropriate. You could do these every single day. I guide my bottom foot forward. I flex that foot. I marry knee to knee as I kick my leg back. I can add the pitching forward of my chest for sure. Okay, that is my son's pet peeve right now. He's 11 and he hates that I say, for sure. He doesn't feel like I'm listening to him. So I've been trying to break that habit, which I'm not sure I'm proving right now that I'm breaking. Sorry, my laugh is funny. And we're gonna keep going. So leaning that chest forward as you kick that leg back. But he did graduate 5th grade today. So that's a pretty exciting time for our family. Which here where we live, that means he's going to middle school. So kick this leg out. It's in line with your hip here. And gosh darn it, this feels hard to me. But I did just do this standing leg series. That was my segue. So the standing leg series I just recorded, and those moves are meant to go with these moves. It won't be totally screwed up or anything of that matter or anything bad if you don't put them together. But much like bread and butter, or bread and oil and a little bit of salt, or bread and fromage, cheese, they go together. They're good. And we're gonna keep going. You do not have to make your range of motion mine. It should look like yours, meaning in respect with your body and how it's moving and your range of motion. And this is a great way to build flexibility and strength all in one. Woo! Okay, so I'm feeling it right here. Okay, you should be too. Let's invert these legs. Let's go ahead and lift that knee. If you wanted to elevate your arm here, you absolutely could. If you wanted to put the 3-pound in your hand and lower it as the leg lifts up, for that juxtaposition, that oppositional energy. So as the knee comes up, the arm comes down. This helps to recruit more muscles and invite more people to the party. I love a party. Not really, I'm actually kind of a homebody. So let's keep this bottom leg lifted. I don't know if you saw how mine was really not lifting. Okay, and I'm gonna keep this arm up here because I am not trying to do the most advanced one today, not by any means. And then of course, everything should have a finale. Let's go little teeny pulse here and little teeny pulse. Whew. Okay, only 10 more. You can do this, so keep going for 10. You could put the weight here too if you had your weight. Really spice that up. For 4, 3, 2, go ahead and let that go. No need for a stretch after those all had a stretch in them for the most part. Okay, let's pivot to the other side. Right here. And you get to lie down again. See, exercise does not have to mean the end of the world. Okay, which is important. You always should find something you really enjoy and like in life. So crossing ankles right here, hand comes in front. We're gonna kick that bottom leg forward as the top leg goes back. We're gonna lean our chest forward a titch to make sure that that happens. And that's exciting because I said so. And I did bring up the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial, mostly because I'm sick of hearing about it. Everybody's talking about it, myself included, obviously. And I think it's really toxic. I love, obviously, his acting. I don't know him. And we'll go for about 4 more. And let's go for 3. But here, if you're as upset as I am, I actually have some advice from my husband's 94-year-old grandma. She's pretty cool, actually. Flex that foot, like how I said, actually. Knee comes to marry and kiss the other knee, hand in front. Pitch your chest forward as your leg kicks back and tap. We're keeping this inversion that you will see later. I suppose you've already seen it in our inverted clam. That's important. That has to do with which muscles I'm trying to recruit in your body. there's always strategy involved. And kick. I'm continuing to flex this foot. When I press it, not hugely, but just a little bit, I can feel my whole body stabilizing for this movement. And that is a good thing. And 4, it'll help us do it more efficiently. It will train us to move better. And we're gonna be doing about 2. And that was hard and fun, especially because I just did this standing leg series. You should do those too. So I'm rotating the toe out, making sure it's in line with my hip as I pull it towards my shoulder, and no need to tap that shoulder. I don't know if I could, if I wanted to even. And so I'm still flexing this front foot. That made me think of the ballet I went to this week. It actually was all kids in a ballet, and it was so cute. They are so passionate, and they can do so many amazing things, and they're all dedicated. It left me inspired thinking, what if I dedicated more to what could I also accomplish? So let that be motivational if that is to you. And then last one right there. So this is our 4th and final move. We stack our legs together. We invert them right here, hand tense forward. There is no pitching forward of the chest in this exercise. Sorry if I didn't cue that earlier. But the stabilizer is this bottom leg, actually. And it's having to work really hard to be this support for this moving leg. I'm continuing to draw my navel into my spine. These are all moves, I'm sure. Well, maybe you haven't seen them before. It's okay if you have or haven't. They're classic in barre for a reason. They work. And barre, if you're new to it, cool. It's just a combination of ballet, really not that much yoga, but we say there is. Whew, we have 5 more. Let's go for 5 and 4 and 3. Navel into spine. For 2, get that bottom leg up. See how I'm cheating? Ha! See, we all cheat. Not because we mean to. Open up those knees, cross those ankles. This is our 2nd set. Without further ado, we kick. Think of the energy you're kicking through those toes. And you're probably thinking, when is this advice from this 90-year-old lady coming? Well, it actually happened because, well, we went to Frank Lloyd Wright's place that's down the street from where we live. And I was so disappointed because I love his work. And he wasn't always the most stand-up of fellows, according to our docent. That's the person who gives you a tour. And 5. Whew. Anyway, she said, separate the art from the person. So it's okay to love Johnny Depp's work and to be like, oh man, I'd never want to be in a romantic relationship. So glad he never asked. Okay, so this bottom leg comes here with a flexed foot, knee to knee. We kick that leg back. Let's add in the chest leaning forward. And if I had to cue the exhale, it would be as that leg reaches away from you. And if at all possible, make sure you're breathing through your nose. That's also super healthy. Your nose is a natural humidifier for air. It cleanses the air. It's really good for you. 3, to breathe through your nose. And 2, and holy banana canana that I made up. Kick out that leg, hand comes right here. No need to pitch the chest forward as we guide this leg towards our shoulders. And here we go for 3 and 4. Once we get to 5, sometimes if I'm having a day, I will count in shorter increments and think, oh, that's all I have to do, only to get to the next 10 and it somehow makes it easier. It's kind of a mind trick. So you only literally have 5 more right after that one. Good. So let's go ahead and pull for 5. Keep flexing this forward pitched foot. Keep working and reaching long. I know as you get tired, you don't want to kick that leg out. Kick that leg out even further. Focus. Make every single repetition better than the one before. And then, whew, that was exciting. Let's pull these knees together. Pull them in a little bit towards the chest. Adjustments might be necessary. Take this hand or here, whatever works for you. So if you, whatever you did on the other side with your arm, try and mimic it on this side for balance. So if you, in fact, did these on the other side, and trust me, no reason to add weight if you don't want to, because I can really feel this right here in my core as I lift that leg and lower that arm. And that's cool. For 4. And don't listen to those numbers. Remember, they don't mean that much. Let's keep going. You have 5-ish more after that one. So we go 5. Keep that bottom leg lifted up. Even if, no, don't reach for it. That was a joke. And not a very good joke. For 3. For 2. Hold it right here. Lift, lift, lift. Little teeny pulse to carve it out, to do your best. You're doing amazing for 5. 4. Lift it up higher. 3, 2. And let that go. Actually, come back because we have 10 more. I just was whooped on this side. And as you know, this is my weaker side. So that makes sense, right? 4, 3, get that leg up. 2, and let that go. We're going to lie on our back for our final stretch, just because it's a nice way to reset. So flex that foot, pull this foot in towards your chest. If you're good there, stay there, and you can switch the other side when we switch. If you can, you'll flex the other foot and be guided to that hand. If your hips are super tight, or I don't know, it hurts your knee, or I mean, there's a myriad of reasons. You don't have to do that. So flex your feet and then rock it side to side. Whew. And then uncross switch so that this flexed foot comes in the opposite hand. This one comes underneath and we rock it forward. Kind of a weird stretch, huh? Yeah, I agree. Okay, so then your hands come on your shins, you roll up, and you are ready to set the day, night, or morning ablaze. So have the best day. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know what you think.